Today we're going to make another cardboard airplane, but this time even better. Well guys, let's get started with this build, and because this is a pro version, this needs to be more precise, and also you will need more patience to build this. So we'll use these wing profiles to put it inside of the wing as the ribs to make the shape properly. So I'll leave a link in the description of the video so you could download all the measurements and also the templates for this wing profile. So you need to cut it in a piece of cardboard, and then we'll start with the build process. So you know how this goes. You need to open this. If you saw previous videos, you know what we need to do in the first steps. So I'll fast forward this process because it's really simple. It's just open all the boxes and make plain sheets so we can start working with them. You can also use other kind of cardboards, but I use these ones because these are the ones that I used when I was a kid and I started to build airplanes. But you can use almost any kind of cardboard, like, you know, hard material like this. So yeah. Well, we're done cutting all the sheets. You don't need to be perfect cutting them because we will also trim afterwards all of the excess and everything. So you don't need to be perfect. So what materials will we need? Well, we need the cardboard, we need scissors or something to cut. We need also tape. Maybe you can use glue if you don't have tape, but tape is the faster way to glue everything in place. This time we will also use double-sided tape. So we will need it for the internal structure of the wing. And you can use almost any kind of tape. Right now what I have is masking tape, this kind of tape, and also this plastic looking tape. So I can use this one as well. But any kind of tape that glues everything or puts everything together. And also you will need a roller and something to mark with, like a pen like this. But I don't have the roller. Let me get the roller and I'll be back. Okay, I couldn't find a ruler. I cannot believe that, but I will use this instead and this other tool, which will give me a really precise measurement. But don't worry, you will have all the measurements and plans in a link in the description of the video. So let's get started with this. We'll do a sailplane or a glider, because those are the kind of airplanes that can fly longer distances and they're very light, and also because they don't have a motor or engine to propulse the aircraft. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to do an aircraft that doesn't have any motor or engine. So let's start with the fuselage, let's start better with the wings, because those are the most critical piece of engineering in this model. So we'll trace all of these parts that we need for the wing, and we'll use this template of an airfoil. We will use maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 of these in the wing, per wing, so it will be 10 of them. So we'll start doing this. Nine, and in the last one we can use the template one, which is number 10. Okay, so we'll do the wing, and we're going to place these ribs like a few centimeters apart. So the wing should be the same, almost the same measurement of this sheet. We have to divide this in half. Doesn't have to be precise right now, but let's measure this. This is more than 150 millimeters, which is 15 centimeters. So the middle position, the middle of this sheet is right here, right? This is where we're going to bend it. So let's use our block of wood or ruler, if you have one, to bend it. Okay. And in this step you don't have to be perfect either, because you just need to separate them in a way that they look almost the same, but they don't have to be exactly in the same point, because we are not doing a spaceship, we're just doing a normal wing. So the next thing also is to make a reinforcement that we're going to put inside of the wing so it doesn't snap in half when it's flying or when it crashes, because it is going to crash many times. So we need to make sure it's strong enough to hold well in those situations. So we're going to put the reinforcement maybe around here, around the middle of the wing. Remember, our wing is going to be almost this size, right? Around that size. So the middle will be, or the strongest part should be around there. So to do that, we're just going to use a little bit of these cardboards, maybe this one here, which is thin. And we can use this part where is the union of the box. It was the union of the box, and it is overlapping with 2 layers. So it is a really strong piece of cardboard. So let's cut that bit, and it is actually really helpful for us right now. And we have maybe what we can use as a reinforcement. So we can use this like that, but we will need to cut some incisions to put this in place. So to do that, we need to first see where it's going to be every one of our ribs. So it's 5 ribs. One's gonna be around here. So let's mark that out. Right here, 1. The second one could be around here somewhere. 2. 3, 4, and 5. Remember that you don't have to be perfect right now. Actually, if you want to be perfect, that's up to you. I'm just gonna make it as fast as I can. So now, next step, we're going to see exactly in which position we need to make an incision in the wing profiles. So let's say I'll put the rib here. This is gonna be here, so this needs to be around here. Let's see again. Yeah, around here. Or maybe here, in the bottom. Yeah. So I'll do an incision here. A double. So I hope you can see well there. So I just cut like twice to take this little piece off. And then here we're going to do the same. So we get this thing off. Careful, because you can like damage the whole thing. So right now it should be like that. See? And also the height of this should be the same height of this profile. So if it's larger, you should cut it. So that's right here. There are some X's that I need to cut. I don't want them because then this is not gonna work very well. So even if it's a little bit shorter, but just a little bit, it's okay, but not larger. And Then we put this aside and we keep going with the incisions. Okay, so we have little gaps everywhere. Double-sided tape or glue, but I'm gonna go for the double-sided tape right now because it's the fastest way. Okay, we put our main spar or whatever you want to call it, reinforcement here, and it's staying in place really nice. Actually, it's really good. Then we need to put more double-sided tape everywhere else. So okay, finally. So now let's start putting these guys in place. So first one goes here somehow. And let's try to stick in there. It might be a little bit hard to put it in place, but once they stick in there, that's fine. Yeah, so as you can see right now, we have everything almost done in one wing. This is just one wing, and it's looking really cool. So now, remember to maybe curve this layer a little bit because this is the upper layer of the wing, and because it needs to fit in here with these guys. So let's just test it, and it's really cool. Now, let's put the rest of this thing so everything sticks very well. And we are ready to fold the wing. But first, we need to get rid of these imperfections here, so we'll cut this a little bit. We should have done that earlier, but that's okay. Nothing's gonna happen with it. And we're ready to fold it. Should be, make sure everything's in place because this is getting out of place. So now let's fold it and make sure it's touching the guys so they, remember you can use glue, so it's a lot more precise and it will be better. So now we have a wing shape, as you can see. This is really nice, really cool. So now we have a real wing with the internal structure, and it's really light. So we have to do the same with the next one because this is maybe the left or right wing, whatever you want. And then we're going to put them together and make the rest of the airplane. So do the same process with the other wing, the next wing, and then we will start building or putting together the airplane. Okay guys, so we have the wings ready, or at least almost ready. So the last thing we need to do is trim the wings so they are both the same size. So to do that, we're going to maybe use a knife like this, so it's more precise. And we're going to start with this sides, right? Like this. Just be careful with your fingers. We can even put some more double-sided tape right at the back or at the trailing edge, right here at the back. So it will just stay put meanwhile. Something like that. And we put it again. So both of our wings are the same size right now. And we need to cut this excess here as well. So just do it carefully. If you can measure better, but for time's sake, I'm going to do it fast and do it like this. I'm going to put some tape along the trailing edge. So I'm going to use this one. Okay, and this will help keep the wing together as well. Try not to leave some marks like this. That's not good. These bubbles. Okay, we're done with one wing. Let's do the other. And we are done with both wings. Now we have to put them together and maybe put some tape here so it is really nice and close there. And yeah, we should put them like this. Maybe this could be the left one and this is the right one. So let's, oh, this is a mess here. Let me just put these things away. So here, right here is the problem. We need to put these wings together and make them strong. To do that, we will need some more cardboard or wood or something to put in the middle so it stays strong. So to do that, let's use right now some cardboard, and also we could also put some cardboard behind, like underneath, like this, and also in the middle. But I'm going to keep it simple and I'm going to put it like that. Let me see. I'm gonna bend it like this, so that way it's stronger. And I'm gonna put it somewhere around here and also around here. That here. So I don't have to cut here. So I'll put this here and this here, right? So it is not too strong, but it holds a little bit. But we're going to put a lot of tape. But you can also, as I told you before, you can also take popsicle sticks and put it inside. I don't have any yet. I don't have any here, but I can also use some balsa wood that I have laying around. Popsicle sticks works fine as well. These are strong, and we can use this somehow like that. You can put glue afterwards. I'm gonna use glue right now. God, that was... I hope this is okay. Okay, this glue is not, it's bad, so I don't have glue. All right, so let's leave it like that and put it there. And then we will put some tape, and that should be it. Wait, there's more space in it. So it's a way to keep it stronger. And now let's put a lot of tape to hold it together. Maybe you can make a little diedro like that and put the tape, apply the tape. Here we go. So we have our wing ready to go there. So if you want, you can put more tape. We have now our wings. Now there is a problem. If you see the wings like this, straight down, and you see there is a little deviation, like this one looks more down and this one is more up, you have to correct that right now, because that's gonna be a problem when flying. So I'm gonna try and like correct that thing, because otherwise it will fly to one side and it's not gonna fly very well. So let's correct that. That's not good. The other way we can correct that is putting some ailerons or bending the wing a little bit, as I'm doing right now. So it will balance the whole thing. So right now we have our wing ready. Now let's do the easy part, which is the fuselage and also the stabilizers, or the tail of the whole airplane. That is really easy. Let's take just one sheet like this, because we don't need the whole thing. We just cut it like that in half, maybe, or a little bit more, maybe 3/4 or something like that. And then start bending the airplane like that. Maybe let's take this as a reference. Maybe let's use the pen. We have our fuselage. It's kind of square, but it's very cool. Now let's put some tape. There we go. Our fuselage is, let's say it's ready. We will need, if this is the front, we will need space here to put some weight, and the rest could be like flat or whatever. You can put some paper just to give it more strength, maybe some wood, you know, like a really cool structure to make it very strong so it lasts longer. It can fly like this, but with the time, every crash is gonna make it go weaker. So now let's put, let's see where the wing's gonna be, maybe here. And you can use some glue or tape or both. And now we put some tape. I'm gonna use this tape, really simple tape. You should use more and more tape just to make it stronger, because this is not strong enough. So maybe here. Okay, so now let's make the stabilizers. We have our wing and fuselage together. The tail is really simple. I'm gonna leave some measurements in the description, remember, in the link that I'll leave in the description of the video. But I'm doing it by eye because I have done this many times and I know how it should roughly look. But if you don't use measurements at all and just like, you know, like use common sense to do this and how long it should be, it should work. It should also work because this kind of airplane flies very easily. Of course, if you know about the center of gravity and all of that, it should fly without any problem. But I'll leave the measurements of the final measurements of the final model in the description of the video if you want to know exactly what measurements I'm using. But as I'm telling you, I'm not using measurements right now. I'm just going with the experience I have with my eye and doing some sketches and then cutting. So right now I'm doing the horizontal stabilizer. I'm just gonna cut half, and then I'm gonna like make the other half like this, so it's symmetrical. And for the horizontal stabilizer, you just need one sheet. You don't need too much. If you want, you can make You can make it stronger with another sheet on top, but it's not necessary unless you want it to be really perfect and strong. But one sheet is enough. So I'm gonna cut this like I'm gonna cut the width of the fuselage so it doesn't interfere with the fuselage there. So we're ready there. We put some tape and stuff. Nothing here is mandatory. You can use your own techniques to build the same design, but if you're new, you might want to do exactly as I'm doing these things here. But you can also make these techniques better and with more time. So this tape is gone. I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna put this one here. Something like that should be enough. Yeah, so I'm ready with the horizontal stabilizer, and well, we are almost ready with the whole plane. Let me change the battery of my main camera because that way you can see better from the top. Okay, I'm sorry for the sound quality that changed over the course of the few last minutes, but the battery of my main camera just stopped and just died. And now we're approaching to the final steps, and we're going to do the vertical stabilizer. To do that, we're going to use just a single sheet like this, and maybe this height here. I'm gonna do it really rough here. Let's use some pen, and it's gonna be something like this maybe. So there we go. Just bend it like this a little bit and glue that, or put that in there. I'm gonna use this blue painter's tape, although you can also use this double-sided tape. Make sure it is aligned. So if you look at that from the eye like this, let's say your eye is this, so if you look straight down, it should be just a line. It doesn't matter if it goes that way, you just put it like this. The important part is that you see a line. Don't see something like this, diagonal, no. A line, because the air have to go through really easily. So let's align that, and if it looks okay, then just put that final tape to secure that in place. I'm gonna cut this in half. This tape, so it is not too wide. And put this here. I would say it's secure already, but to make sure, let's put another layer here. Okay, we are done. And the final step is to, of course, put some weight in here to make the center of gravity correct and go and fly it. Of course, we need to fly it to see if it needs some corrections, but we also need to put some ailerons here maybe to make the correction, or maybe flaps as well. If we put flaps, we can do that, but we can do that with some tape. So we put the tape, we fold it and put it in here, and then it acts like an aileron. So I'm gonna make some cuts here to make these ailerons move in case we need to modify the ailerons, elevator and rudder. And we can also make some cuts here if you want, or make some extensions like this. Let me show you what I mean. So you can make the ailerons like this and fold it like that. So it will move like that. You can move it like this. So that's one option, and the other is cutting in the cardboard. But I will use this as flaps and it should work without any problem. So let's put the weight. That's the next step. And we can use coins. We can use a lot of stuff to put in here to use as weight. Let me find some coins that I have somewhere around here. So these coins become handy here. Let's get some of this tape. Put it together. Put this bunch of coins together so we can put them inside of the fuselage, and they should be around here. And let's test the center of gravity, which should be around 30% of the chord of the wing. So let's measure this wing, 83 millimeters, right? 82. So we have to do the conversion here. So if 82 millimeters, it's equals to 100% of the chord. Now we need to put the center of gravity around 30%. So 30%, how much millimeters would be? So we need to multiply 30 times 82. Let's do that. Let's do that with my phone here. So 30 times 82 is equals to 2,460 divided by 100. And that is 24.6. So the result here, the answer here is 24.6 millimeters, and that's the distance we need to put our center of gravity, which is 24.6. Let's put here 24, roughly 24.6. Okay, so it's here. This is the point where the center of gravity should be, and here as well. So that means, let's put some mark there with tape. So center of gravity should be here and here. So if I hold with my fingers right here, it should balance, should go really stable. You see, it's actually really balanced. But if it go backwards, if it goes like that, then it's not balanced. Then it's really bad. And if it goes to the front like this a little bit, that's fine. It's not that bad, but it shouldn't go backwards. Never. That's the thing. So let me hold it. And the final thing is go fly it and see how it performs. You might need to add some more weight or reduce the weight a little bit, but the final decision have to be made with some flight test. So let's do it. Okay, so now let's test this airplane. As you can see, looks really cool. And there it goes. So it needs a little bit more of, I don't know, speed. There it goes. It's getting wet right now, and that's a shame. You have to throw it against the wind. So in this case, the wind is coming in the right direction. So let's throw it against the wind. And I think it's doing well, but might be a little bit heavy. So let's take one coin out. Try it again. Oh, that was too much. It's gliding pretty cool. So there you have it. the Pro glider, because of the wing structure, you can make it even better if you could, and if you have more time. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned a lot in this video. And there are many things to consider when building an airplane, like the CG or center of gravity is really critical, so make sure that you balance your airplane very well. So that's one of the things, and also the other tips that I gave to you in this video. So this airplane flew very well, but one of the things I noticed is that it was going slowly, and that might be to the fact that these wings are a little bit thick. For gliders, it is better that the wings are longer, but also thinner from the leading edge to the trailing edge. So also these wings are very thick, if you can see. They're very thick, so that makes a lot of air resistance. But anyway, it flew anyways, and it was also good flying. But in the future we might do another video showing you how to make it more responsive and also to fly longer distances. So if you want to see another video like the part 2 of how to make a very good glider with only cardboard like this, just leave a like or leave a comment supporting this idea. So see you in the next project.